we have seen picture of Ace. But what happened to it? But what happened to it? Yes. Hello everyone, I'm Tungsten. Today with me I have two guests. Although you might not know their name, but I'm sure you know the company they are working for. They are actually representative from Jet, and I have this great opportunity to actually interview them. So let me first introduce you to Mr. Mason Goh as well as Mr. Alex Kong. So let's get them to talk a little bit about themselves first. So basically, can you describe a little bit of your role in Jet Blaster?
I
think
Mason should go first. Yeah, Mason.
Hi. Okay, I'm Mason. I'm actually the VP for Design and Development at Jet.
Oh, that's all. Okay. So I'm Alex. Sometimes, or some of you people that's been in the hobby for a while will know me as Zocco. I've joined Jet and I'm currently their product designer.
So first of all, thank the both of you all to give me the opportunity to have this interview. So thank you very much to spend the time with me. And sometimes I also wonder what is it like to work for a so-called a company that actually produce the things that we use in our hobby. So I also understand that Alex is pretty active in the local Nerf community, used to be. So used to be. So
Yeah.
What have changed? Do you still have chance to go for games, or is there any changes in your life now that you're working for a company that actually produce the things that you are used to be active with? Yes. Sometimes people will say that when you work in a company that is part of a hobby, suddenly it change and it become not enjoyable anymore. So is there any changes, or you still
Obviously there's a lot of changes. Like last time I do very basic 3D modeling and just sell the parts. There's no people telling me I can do this. There's no people telling me I can do that. I just do. And then when we talk about the design, the way you design it is of course also very different. In 3D printing, you just design the thing that you want, which is normally still a solid body. You just print it, go. But now when it comes to working for a company, you learn things like molding, how it should be designed for a mold, restrictions of molding. And the main one that I think many people, especially in the community, do not really understand now that I joined a company is that when you design for a community as a hobby, the things that you design is very straightforward. I want more power, I do this. I want to reinforce, I do that. It's done deal. But when you join a company and try to design blasters that is so-called targeted the community, but it has to be so-called also to the average public consumer, you are clamped between the middle. It's like when you show it to a modding community, they tell you, hey, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? What are you thinking? Have you forgotten why is that to modding? This is not good for modders. But I must also factor in the fact that, if I just make the product for you modders, it is a not sustainable company. You can't run a company like that. There'll be not enough sales. So I have to put in things or design ways that whereby the average kids that next time walk inside a toy store would buy. So you have to weigh these two. You know what I mean? It's like.
So is the Mr. Go like controlling you?
No, I'm not controlling him at all.
He does tell me things that I can do and I cannot do. So I wouldn't say it's control, it's more of advice.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
That's good. How about you, Mr. Go?
I think
do you even know?
Okay. I think just for the record, I think the community don't know me, except I think that some of them saw me on the game just to test out some products. But prior to this joining the company, I have never engaged in Nerf or anything related to it. Let alone own any toy blaster, except my kids. They do have their. I think they were the one to introduce me to Nerf blasters. So for me myself, I think that most of my hobby are mainly on the hobby grade side, which is the 110, 18, and 128 scale RC cars, or if not planes like the one you see behind, the table there.
Ah.
So I do a lot of these kind of hobbies other than I do drone racing as well. So that was prior to me joining this company. At the same time, working on any blaster related products.
Okay, so that also brings me to something because when I first got to know Jet Blaster, so I realized Jet is actually from Singapore, so it's actually from my country, our country. So I was like very curious actually, when was Jet conceived, and does Jet JET stands for something or no? I mean, why start a company that makes toy, especially in Singapore?
It's actually, first of all, I think the community needs to know that Jet is just a brand that's under Global United Toy, which is actually established in, I think 9th of August 2016. That was the day it was being registered. I think so far by now, it should be at least 3 years, about 9 months old. And I will say that we are as much as old as a company right now. It's a very young company. And yeah, so what is what is Jet stands for? I mean, today I can tell you that there are many versions of it.
What is the best version or the version that you love the most?
I think that the legit part probably I look at it as probably is Jason Eaton toy.
Okay.
Yeah, it started off. It got like kind of like an acronym of it spelling it out that way. But we probably like to just see it in our own way. That will be probably like just entertaining toys.
Just entertaining toy. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Just entertaining toy.
Yes. All right. So, guys, let's jump straight into something that I think is on many people's mind, or at least it's on my mind. Basically regarding Jet. Currently, we have SIDA Model S, which is pretty well received, I would say. But however, in the initial run of SIDA, Jet actually faces quite a fair bit of unhappiness from customer side. It's late, and then there are feedback of the quality, etc. So, what happened? And also, how does the staff in Jet feel during those times? What are challenges that Jet did face? I know. I have the opportunity to interview you guys, so I have to ask this question. Yes. Can we have some? Now since Model S is pretty well received, can you share a little bit of the initial struggle or what happened?
Actually, that I know I don't have an exact way like when to start or how the ending is, but I'll just jumble out every problem that came to my mind as I go along. So, a lot of things I don't think I can say. I came in at a point whereby SIDA was nearing the end of the prototype. So I did not have much input. So I would say mostly the design and the internals are did by, I'm sorry, Team 1. Okay. Then I would say that Team 1 did a great job of starting the company. But there was, of course, a lot of errors made in the product, like measurement errors, overcompensation of measurements. And I don't exactly blame them because, Jet doesn't have much budget for testing and prototyping. So with the limited resource, I guess what even I'm right now doing as what Team 1 was back doing is that we overcompensate measurements to make sure that the product works to a point whereby the product end up is not working as expected of customers. Like parts are too loose, it is not having a proper performance. All these are factors due to, I feel, is budget restrictions because there's not enough to test. So we have just, as long as it works, settled, that's it. So I can't exactly say Team 1 is the one that fucked it up. We all have these restrictions till date. So that's that. So for the measurement and performance issues, I guess it's a startup company, it's a small company. All of us, be it me right now, Team 1, or whoever in the future next time coming to a company, it is the first time you're designing a blaster. And as me, I feel hardly any Singaporeans will have a chance to even develop something in mold. So be it Jet Blaster as a toy company that is a startup, or maybe another company that maybe makes portable speakers next time, their first product will probably have such errors. It's to be expected. That's what I feel.
How about Mr. Go?
Okay, I think that yes, Alex came and formed Team 2, which is later on joined by a few more of our colleagues. And I think that he brought up about the part about having Team 1 and Team 2. Yes, I would say that probably I joined the company at the point when there was not even the conceive of the concept yet, because during then I think that CEDA was primed to actually in a way produce as what it is, meaning to say I think that all of the guys in the community would have heard about Explorer earlier collaboration, hence the Exus, right? So everybody knows about Exus and Explorer and our collaboration. We bought the design for CEDA as well. That means the aesthetic design of how CEDA looks like from Explorer. They have great design, and I think that on top of that, there was a pistol which was not launched data. Maybe I will share that. But the thing is that, yeah. No, that one is okay only. But the thing is that I think that, yeah, CEDA was initially primed to just really be released as it is. Okay. I think that Alex had some points on that part, on the higher management part. I guess the part about not say tight on budget, on having us to not just work on very tight budget. Well, it tests our abilities and tests our capability as well. I would say that not giving a lot of fund does not mean that you can produce good product. I guess it was also on a very strict timeline and deadline. Why? Meaning to say that because behind the scene of making CEDA, right, I think that there was, let's just put it this way, CEDA is a clean slate. I would say the production of CEDA was a clean slate, meaning to say down from finding the right factory was all from scratch. Basically, a lot of the behind the scene work was being done, and that also exhausted the budget. We don't just go to the factory and just produce of what it is. We have to find the reliability, the company, where is the factory, where is it? We need to run through the factory. We need to know that essentially they will not just disappear, you know. We were also establishing our company over in China, you know, at the same time. So I would say that lead to probably the strain on both budget and also the timeline as it stretches, because let's just put it this way, Jeff is made some mistake there by actually going into this without knowing what is going on. But of course, they hire us to solve the problem. So can we say that we are not really very effective as well? Well, we are all guys. I think that just be honest on that. We are not trained in the field to do what we are being hired to do. Just for some background, I'm actually a creative director for a firm before this, and let alone have any product knowledge or manufacturing knowledge. So same goes for Alex. Alex is same thing. I think that he's not actually taking this as a hobby. So everything has to be built from scratch. I'm quite thankful that the company allows us to give us the kind of ground to build this team up and really go through the whole process of learning.
You know, you guys it's either too brave, too insane, or too optimistic. Yeah. So I definitely empathize on the fact that the company is new and you're coming fresh, because in fact currently I myself I'm trying to create a comic book. I don't know whether you guys know or not. Basically I'm trying to create a comic book. So my god, I thought it's just go write a story, get some guys to draw it, and that's the end of the day. But now I'm like looking into printing. We have to hire an artist, a penciler, a inker, a colorist, a letterer. After that, we have to I have to check out the so-called the paper stock and what's the printing offset or whatnot, digital, understand that. And then later on, I think the killer is the fulfillment part. When I think about a fulfillment, which is, I guess you guys also went to the fulfillment route, which is definitely not easy. So I myself, I also collect toys, Transformer and whatnot. So there are also company that does third-party toys, and they also give something like pre-order. Now it's not uncommon that you pay for pre-order and then you waited for like 3-4 years and the things doesn't really come out. But anyway, I think you guys have, I would say, my perspective, you guys have actually powered through it. And as I mentioned earlier, SIDA, what's the Model S, now it's pretty well received. So I'm actually pretty happy in a way, although I like flywheels. I don't really care about Springer. No, actually I do care about Springer. But I'm actually pretty happy when SIDA Model S actually have quite pretty well received kind of.
You will get better.
Yes, yes. So hearing from you guys, I think it's good, and like I say, it's even wonderful that you guys actually agree to come on board to let me interview you. And I just shoot you that question.
So what, we're done already, right?
No, of course not. I'm not gonna let you off. So no way, man. So now, so like I say, I always like SIDA as a platform, and I like the idea of you can dismantle it easily on the field and whatnot. So maybe who actually came up with this concept, like you mentioned before, and yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. I think that I just want to say that when I joined the company, right, just now as I shared with you guys that I think that SIDA was just about to go into producing as what it is, meaning to say the shell and just like what Exos is all about.
A typical blaster.
Yes, so typical blaster. And so what the team did was actually we revisited the brand ethos and start brainstorming on what actually the brand ethos is all about. Hence, which is actually the build, customize, and play, which the community now knows. You know, back there when we got this idea, I think that it is also the DNA of Jet. DNA of what Jason and or rather the first team 1 and even team 2 wanted to do, something that is for the Nerf modding community, and we want to come up with a blaster with the kind of DNA. So, we got hold of this crazy idea to actually engage in things like, I think that we have seen a lot of engaging toys like Lego, Gundams, and all these kind of toys, which actually are very engaging. So we wanted to actually put something really crazy out there, which is a blaster that is totally preferable and easy to mod and customize. So that is how actually it is being how the concept came about. And and we had a great team, which is Team 2, and I think that is what the team put together. I gotta credit the Team 2, which not just me and Alex, there's plenty of people behind the scene, like for example, people who are doing more technician and the factory, or even down to the shipping and all the guys that's behind working on this project that really realize it. I just want to say this, it can only be a dream of creating something out there, unless we realize it in this case. So I will say that, the father behind SIDA is actually Team 2, the current team. And of course, above all, we want to thank the customers for being very patient with us, because our supporters are still there. And the thing is that they have given us a lot of positive remarks. We see them on the community, and I'm sure that they are reflecting on our product as well. So yes, we want to thank our supporters, our community, our customers, for continuing support on us.
All right, so we know the SIDA initial have some problems. So now we have the SIDA Model S as well. So can we roughly understand what are some of the improvement that actually went into SIDA Model S? Yes.
So SIDA Model S is basically the alpha kit inside the SIDA. So there isn't a so-called alpha V1 for the SIDA. So we actually took studies and feedback from the alpha kit for the LS kit. So the alpha LS, we took feedback, we improved the points in which gave us mechanical failures, braking points, feeding failures, and then we transplanted that into the retaliator, like for example the new pusher, the plunger rod, and then we also experimented with materials. We've tried from nylon to PC to ABS, and even down to some very minor measurement edits to make the Alpha RT a lot more reliable as whatever there is out there. And of course, we have also up the spring load, and I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Right,
So, yes, sure.
I think that one of the greatest improvement is that the accessibility of CEDA right now. Because now customer can just buy from eBay.
I see the eBay deal.
Yeah.
And can
Yes, and then on top of that, I think that just want to probably touch on the part on the of course we get over the years we'll be getting through this very important question of the delivery of jet. It's one of the things that customers is always hoping that it gets better. So I mean, we will let the customer decide whether we make good products, but first and foremost, we want to tackle what is the most important question here. That is whether or not jet product can be accessible. Our customer no longer needs to go on to pre-orders or whatsoever. We are always excited about the products that we design, and the one thing is that we want our customer to really get it in a very competitive price. Because we are coming from actually a community and a user ourselves, a hobbyist ourselves, we know how much pricey glasses can mean to a person, especially when it's on the modding side. Take for example, at this point of time, I think that we assessed the pricing for CEDA S before we launched this, and we kind of find that we really went down to the supply line and really get the factories and all these people, to actually work with us, and then we have it. Yeah, today now they see that CEDA is practically accessible at US, but you know that because due to this COVID-19, our shipping for the other region side is being affected right now, and we are just really pushing hard for some of the parties that are working on with in Australia, Malaysia, and all these countries that are excited about products, and we really want to bring it to them. I think that you see a fair share of some of the products going on the Europe side. So the supply line there is already sorted. It's just on the
So talking
side.
about the accessibility
to our
of
Australian
CEDA,
customers, we would like to apologize. We want to quickly get those product over to you guys to listen.
Yeah, so now we talk about the accessibility of CEDA. So now it's even more accessible. So that also brings me to another question that I feel that many people would like you to so-called answer as well. People like to compare CEDA Model S with Dark Zone Pro. So how do you feel about it? Do you see it as a competition, or do you feel that it's even a fair comparison? Yes.
So to me, of course, I know people compare the Dark Zone Pro with the CEDA. Of course, they have the so-called out-of-the-box high FPS, game ready, competitive ready, dual pin, all of that. But for me, I mean, we all know that the CEDA came out first. So the Dark Zone Pro came out second, and I cannot say they are trying to copy us, but I think they're more of like they are trying to compete with the CEDA S. So from a designer point of view, that looking at what I have as CEDA S and looking at the Dark Zone Pro, I felt that the Dark Zone Pro fills a category of when you get it off the shelf, you can straight away take it to a game, you can play with it, and that's that. That's the end of it. It's like a gaming laptop, whereby you buy the good specs, you get it, you can go home straight away play. But let's just say you want to play a game 5 years down the road, you can't upgrade the laptop. As for the CEDA S, it's like a full-fledged gaming desktop. We give you the accessibility. We let you modify easily. If there's another bridge that you like, there's another spring that you like, or a Mac that you like, go ahead, change it. But as for the Dark Zone Pro, from what I see, the dual pin is actually just for you to take out the barrel, so it's for easy keeping, in which I have no idea why they want to use a dual pin for that, because you can easily just nerf coupler, or even coupler on one pin will do. So why 2 pins? Yeah. And I know people are going to say that the moment you take out barrel, the front barrel attachment, you can change your barrel, but so can the CEDA S. So this is the question of why the front pin.
How about you, Mr. Go?
I'm about to say something very nasty, because community actually knows me from being lack of good choice of words. But the thing here is that I think that some people actually asked me this question before, and I always share with them, don't compare CEDA and Dark Zone Pro. I'm just very thankful that all these different brands are coming together to put out something for the community in their ways. Of course, I don't really encourage copying. So the thing here is that I think that the whole point here is to bring fresh new ideas to the community so that, the community get exciting ideas to play with, and then, you add to the table or something valuable. So I think that when people compare Cedar and Tungsten Pro, I kind of find that no, they are all different animals altogether, because the thing here is that I think that the community would have by now know a lot about how they feel about Cedar and how they feel about Tungsten Pro. I'll leave that to the community, because this is essentially how Cedar is being designed is, like I shared earlier, because its DNA from the part here is that, because we are this is sprang off ideas from models themselves. So the thing here is that we want to make it as accessible and as engaging as possible for the community, and that's what the brand stands for. So whereas I think that I would say that if you were to compare in terms of the quality of the product as well, I think that you can perhaps pitch that against the pricing that is now being put up as well. We're not making something that is flimsy right here. We're pushing as much as possible to get you a premium quality product, but still doesn't burn a hole in your pocket, you see.
Yes. Yeah, because I also understand a lot of models are young models as well. I think price-wise is really something that is very interesting, I'll say.
Don't worry. We have quality product coming soon.
Yeah, okay. So I guess we also have some exclusive. But anyway, now I'm like asking question after question, and I have to ask this question as well. Another tough question, or another question that is always on people's mind as well, and I'm also definitely very curious. We have seen picture of Ace, but what happened to it? Yes.
No, the thing is that yes, there was a huge halt in terms of on the area of what is Ace reaching to right now. Just for info, there's actually a variance of Ace as well, but we are working on the current one that is the version that will go to EV. Do look out for it. At this point in time, I think it is in this tooling stage. So as much as we want to rush to this, can we see Ace this year? Yes, we will definitely see Ace this year. But whereas or whether or not the stock will be up there, we will let how this COVID-19 decide, because a lot of things is depending on how fast we can open up all the different shipping line and all that stuff, and factory getting back on full stuffing and all this stuff. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna try my luck here. I'm gonna ask.
Hey Max, you got something to say about Ace or not? Say it.
Ace is probably my brainchild. It is something that I always wanted, and it's my first blaster design for this company. It's actually the first, even though it's not produced. I designed it from a very modest point of view, and I hope that when it's produced, whoever buys it, whoever receives it, will truly understand that, the person that designed this really came from a modding background. And
yes,
and that it really is super customizable. Like, it's more customizable than the Cedar. So I just hope that people appreciate the concept and the points that I put into it.
Okay, so guys, over here, I think I need to try my luck. Okay, I'm gonna ask, can I have some exclusives? Do you have any spoilers for me that you can show or anything?
Ask him for permission.
When I was asked whether can I show any spoiler, let me see what I can pull up. Since we are at the topic of Ace. So this is actually the final finishing artwork of the how the what do you call it, the brand and the product name is going to go about. Whether or not we will be adding a Model S is still being decided by the sales side. And yeah, so at its glory, you can see that. Boom.
Oh,
all right.
Wow.
So
okay.
It's going to be quite interesting.
So the stock is
there'll be some changes on the Alpha kit to make it more durable. So sorry, come again.
So the stock is what we are seeing over here.
Yes,
Can
it's
it be okay? Wow. Okay, it looks pretty sleek. Yep. Okay, please, Mr. Vincent. Mr. Go.
we already went into the SLA prototyping. I'm not sure if we put it out on the media yet, but yeah,
Okay.
soon you get to see them. But yes, so ACE basically inherit the DNA from Cedar, making this blaster our so-called the higher power blasters in our range, in our this product selections. So yes, I hope
Hey,
this is
thanks for
exclusive.
the
I have the SLA
Some
picture.
people saw me. You have SLA picture?
Yeah, I have it in my phone.
Then do you download it?
Do you want to show?
Okay, so I think that this one probably a bit of exclusive here. I'm not sure if the community knows that this has been designed with a Piccadilly wheel here, which means
No, I don't think so.
the default SGG that goes out with it is actually comes with the standard SGG, but then with a few screw unfastened, right? It actually you can actually attach any foregrip onto it.
Oh, so you just detach a few screws and you can attach.
Yeah, it's actually a shotgun grip that's clamped onto the Picatinny underneath.
I
so it's
see. Okay.
Yeah. So when the company does keep asking, right, it's actually already inbuilt inside the ACE.
Oh yeah. And I don't see the so-called the two rods. It's all now internal as well.
Yes, it's fully internal.
Oh. So and we are going to definitely see it this year.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Oh no. Finger crossed. Yes. All right. So
like to challenge stuff.
Okay. So next, I think we are more or less okay. I forgot to ask this. I call myself a flywheel guy. Will Jet ever produce a flywheel blaster? Designer, come on, Mr. Alex, come on.
Okay, I will just jump in here first.
Okay.
Correct. The this one I'll let Alex fill up it. Basically, I think that we call it the AEB rather than AEG. Basically, it's automatic electronics blaster. So yes, we do have a few in the back.
Oh, okay.
One of it was worked by Alex as well.
Is this at this stage? Are you comfortable to share a little bit of information?
Your turn now, Lee.
Okay. So from my knowledge, I think there's 2 automated projects on the works. Right now, they are both on hold.
I see.
Yes, there is projects, but they are all put on hold right now.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will look forward to that because I'm a flywheel guy. So I think we are almost towards the end of the interview. So at every end of the interview, I like to ask 10 quick questions or 10 questions. It's some fun question or something like that. I think Alex being the younger one, probably for every question you can go ahead and answer first. Let the old man, Mr. Go, have some processing time to think about the answer. How's that? So just 10 questions, no pressure, so don't need to worry too much.
Did you just
Are we
call me
ready?
an old man?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So shall we? Let's go. Okay. First question. Gundam or Macross?
Gundam.
Mr. Go.
Gundam.
Damn, can't I have some love for Macross?
I do collect Macross as well, but the thing is,
I'll find my Macross guy. Okay.
Wait. Having said that, wait.
Well, is it time to show off?
Show off. That's why I say you are a old man.
Classic 1:60.
Okay.
Not your PG or your grade. 1:60.
Mine is a PG unicorn full armor.
Okay. So I have to bring you guys to my hangar to see the real plane. So Macross, you still you can't pilot a robot, but you can certainly pilot a plane right now. Okay. Anyway, second question. Alex, ready? Okay. If you were to eat this fruit every night for a month, which fruit will it be?
Watermelon.
Mr. Go.
I always like apple.
What's that?
Apple.
Apple. Any reason for watermelon and apple? No.
Yeah.
Watermelon is something that I won't get sick. Like
Okay.
not too sweet, not too
Okay.
sour, whatever.
Okay. I think I might eat I also do not know. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I'm the one answering your question. Okay. This next one. Okay. Are you a night or morning person?
Night.
Night.
Me?
Yes. You see, that's why I
Night.
say he's an old man. Sorry, night
Night.
person. Okay. Next one. If you have $10,000, right? You have to buy one thing for yourself. What will it be? Just one thing. 10,000. One thing for yourself. It's not a lot. It's not too little. That's why.
That's the problem, right?
Yes. So what are we gonna buy?
One thing,
Yes, just one. Must be. If it's under budget, you just buy that one thing. Too bad you can't do anything else.
I guess really powerful ITX computer.
Okay. Mr. Go. What's the one thing that you can buy for yourself, not anyone else?
For myself, I
Yes.
think probably I will buy a maybe proper gaming suite.
Okay. So we know both of you. Okay. Okay. So the next question. Do you cook?
Yes, I do.
Barely able to.
Barely able to. Okay. Okay. Next. If you have a warning label, what will it say on you? A warning label on you. What will it say?
I don't know.
No, Mr. Go.
I'm too friendly.
No, it's true not.
Hmm.
Yeah, you are indeed quite friendly. I mean, you agree to my interview.
I guess my warning label should be somewhere along the line of I may look foul or unfriendly, but actually just talk to me, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, agree. Because I work with him.
So both are very friendly guys. Okay. Over here. Actually, I'm not very friendly, you know. Okay. Next. What is your biggest complaint about your job?
I guess it would be now that I'm working for a company, no longer a model per se, right? I have to wait for my products to be produced, not 3D print is done.
Mr. Go?
I think that for the process to be much more faster in a way.
Okay, I see. Okay, next question. Okay, Alex first. If you can travel back in time to talk to one person, not your family, no family members allowed, you can talk to one person, who would it be? If you can travel back in time to talk to one person, no family members allowed, who will it be?
I really do not know.
Okay.
Let me think about it first.
Okay, Mr. Go. Mr. Go. Einstein. Okay.
So it's like throughout any time.
Yes, any timeline. Any timeline. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not your life. Any timeline.
Einstein. I have no idea.
It's okay. Okay, so
Travel back in time.
So now you have a question to ponder when you cannot fall asleep. So now you can ask yourself, if I have the chance to go back in time. Okay, next. Let's move on. Okay, next question. Alex first.
Mm-hmm.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke. Mr. Go. Coke. All right. So we
Diet Coke.
No, Diet Coke. Coke. I'm a Coke person as well. And no
Vanilla
Diet Coke. No, Alex. Oh my God, we can't be friends. Okay, only Coke. No diet, no vanilla. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Okay, last question. Okay. If you have one superpower from Superman, what will it be?
X-ray vision.
Okay. Mr.
I
Go.
actually saw that coming, you know. I saw
Okay.
that coming from you, Alex.
Okay. I'm not going to
Okay,
ask
fine.
why. Okay, Mr. Go.
Flying.
Sorry? Flying.
Flying.
Flying. Okay. Okay. So thanks a lot. Thanks you guys for giving me the opportunity to conduct this interview. I hope you have a good time. And yes,
Thank you.
okay. Hopefully, when more products come out of the Jet Blaster, I will get the opportunity to invite you guys again on to the show and just run through some of the product stuff. So thank you very much.
Thank you
and,
for the opportunity as
thanks,
well.
thank you for the opportunity, and I hope to see you guys again. Thanks.